Welcome to the today's class for grade 9.
Today we are going to start a new chapter in the economics called People as a Resource. So in the last class you have learnt about village of Palampur where the four main factors of production you have learnt. In that human capital you have learnt about that one. So how the human resource has been used as well as how the people resource has been used to develop the economic condition, economic activities in our country. So in a new chapter you are going to learn in detail about people as a resource for grade 9. So some contents are been there where you in deep you are going to learn about the human as a resource. First one is the introduction, investment in the human capital, education and health, economic activities by men and women. What are the economic activities done by the men and women? Quality of population, what kind of quality of population we are and quantity of the population we are giving towards the country, and about the unemployment. What are the causes of unemployment, types of unemployment, and what are the remedies you are going to learn in this chapter there. So shall we move further to learn more and more about people as a resource? Yes. So in this chapter, you will be able to understand people as a resource, as an asset. Asset means it is a positive, where positive strength of a country, and not as a negative strength of a weakness of a country. That is liability. Okay, liability means always they will be depend on the nation development only. Always they will depend on government only. So instead of considering population as well as people resource as a liability, consider people resource as a asset. Okay, as a one of the resource which is rich available in our country to build a economic development in the world as well as in a country there. So it becomes human capital when the investment made in its healthcare, when the human capital, whatever investment has been there, it is been there. If we invest in the healthcare to give a nutritious, healthy life for the human beings, good training to develop their skills, to develop their technique, etc., and proper education. So, if a government uh, is investing money on human capital, means uh, from there onwards, the people will not think that people as a liability, always they are dependent on other resources for their development, but they will consider it as an asset where they can use the people resource very efficiently to build a economic strength to show to the world as well as to the global market there. So land and capital are made useful by the human capital. So whatever land we are having, whatever capital, that is money we are having, these two will be used by the human capital. Okay, without the use of the human capital, these two are very wastage only. Yes or no? If no person are able to do the cultivation, means then the land will be left as ideal. There will be no kind of any activities. So think that the people are earning more money but don't know how to where to invest and how to use the human capital, then those two resources also will be considered as a little bit, it will be not effective one for the country's development. So that is why human capital as well as human source will be considered as a superior to the other forms of capital. So that is why without the use of human beings we cannot fulfill the factors of production there. So a little bit more importance we will give to the human capital. Even capital is also very important, land is also very important, as well as skills, whatever facilities we are using to develop the economic activities, even these factors of production are also being important. But one step forward, we will consider human capital is more important comparing to the others. So all factors of production are interdependent with each other. Without one, other factors of production will be like ideal, as well as we will tell it as a not an useful way. Okay. So the human capital little bit more forward, we will take as a human capital little bit more importance, and we will give a superior comparing to the other forms of capital. So the working population, whatever people those are working, so those working population of a country, their existing productive skills and abilities are known as a people as a resource. So whatever the people those are doing their work, they are doing their job for a country as well as of a country, their existing productive skills, their ability, their capacity are known as a people as a resource. So this productive nature of population helps to develop the gross domestic product, gross, that is GDP. So in a particular year, how many goods and services are being produced in our country, it will be calculated under the GDP there. Then we will try to understand whether our country leading towards the development or not. Still, what are the facilities has to be given to rise the development programs in our country. So GDP will help to understand how many percentage of goods and services are being produced in a particular year. So this productive nature of population helps to develop the GDP rate in our country through its abilities. So it is also known as a human resource. So when the existing human resource is further developed by the becoming more educational, healthy, we can call it a human capital formation. If any particular country, if any country existing any country, they will give more facilities for the education and the health, means then the that country will use that human beings as well as their capacity, capability and their skills very efficiently to lead economic development in a country there. So what kind of investment are being done by the government on the human capital, on what all facts we will try to invest money for the human capital there. So investment in the human capital through the education, they will invest to give the proper education to the people. Training, okay, think that you have taken the degree of engineering, you have taken the education of medical, as well as any kind of profession like teaching profession, as well as doing repairs of automobiles, etc., etc. You have taken the certain training. So uh, the government, what they will do, whatever skills and abilities you are having, they will try to invest by giving the certain trainings to you people to enhance the skills there. And also proper medical care, that is good nutritious food, it should be available for a particular country. If the people are getting nutritious food, means the people automatically they will grow as a healthy person, and he will have the more capacity to do the more and more work. And certainly as well as very lessly he will go and visit the doctors because he is a very healthy person now. So the government, each and every government, for the development of a country, they will invest on the human capital in the various factors, whether it belongs to the education, training and medical care. Yields a return just like an investment in the physical investment. For an example, more educated or a better trained person earn higher income. Okay, so you are having education and you are having a proper training of particular profession. Okay, so you are mostly skilled in the engineering, that is mechanical engineering. So you are having that much of you have totally trained, so you will earn little bit more income, as well as you will start give the higher productivity to their employer. So whatever skill, whatever training and whatever wherever you are working by your profession, you will earn little bit more income, you will have a standard life, as well as you will give a higher a more percentage of productivity to your employers there. So in the same way, healthier person can also give the sorry higher productivity to earn the good income. Population can be turned into a productive asset. Okay, the whatever huge population we are having, instead of considering it as a dependency, we can take it as an asset by following points. So spending resources on education and health for all. So government has to provide certain resources on education. Proper education should be given to the people, and healthcare for all. So giving training to the industrial and the agricultural workers to use modern technology. So at the present, the technology is like a booster. Okay, day to day we will see the new technologies are being introduced to make a products, as well as to make our work little bit more most easier there. So the proper training should be given to the industrial workers, those are working in that area, as well as the agricultural, that is farmers, those are working in the field. So by using the modern technology, they can also improvise the cultivation, as well as the in the industrial area they can improvise the production there by producing more goods and services. For an example, if I take the two example for in what way the production will be increased means, if I consider industries at the present situation, many kinds of machines are being invented, as well as it has been launched in the market. For an example, if I take a car, automatic steering will be there, and nowadays the GPS tracker has been implemented in the car. So the drivers, as well as the person who is driving the car, if he want to go to a correct destiny, he is not knowing the much route there. So through the GPS, he will come to know which is the best route to go, and with the help of that route, he will go and reach his destiny. If I take the textile industry, so before, lot of tailoring machines were being implemented, and nearly thousands of people, two thousands of people, they used to sit in industry, and they used to stitch the clothes. So at present situation in the garment factory, machines are available, two, instead of doing 2000, 3000 people are stitching work means, now 1000 people, if they are there, with the help of modern technology, they can stitch the clothes with a large quantity. Okay, ಮೊದ್ಲೇನಾಗ್ತಿತ್ತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಂಡಸ್ಟ್ರೀಸ್ ಒಳಗೆ, ಇಫ್ ಐ ಟೇಕ್ ದಿ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಆಫ್ textile industry, before this kind of modern technology was not present to stitch the clothes. Okay, ಹೊಲಿಗೆ machines ಇಡ್ತಿದ್ರು, ಅದಕ್ಕಂತಾನೆ ಪೀಪಲ್ಗಳನ್ನ, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಜನರನ್ನ ಅಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರ. ಸೊ nowadays, due to the modern technology, big machines are being implemented in the garment industry, so that with the help of trained people, they can do the stitching work in a large quantity. ಅವಾಗ ಏನಾಗ್ತಿತ್ತು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ 2000 3000 ಮಂದಿ ಇರೋಲ್ಲೇ 1 ಕ್ವಿಂಟಲ್ 2 ಕ್ವಿಂಟಲ್ ಬಟ್ಟೆಗಳನ್ನ ತಯಾರಾಗ್ತಿತ್ತು. But by using the modern technology, at present they can 2 ಕ್ವಿಂಟಲ್ ಮಾಡೋ ಬದಲಿ 4 ಕ್ವಿಂಟಲ್ ಬಟ್ಟೆಗಳನ್ನ ತಯಾರು ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರೆ, ಮತ್ತೆ ಆಟೋಮೆಟಿಕ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. Same thing you can apply to the agricultural workers, that is farmers. Before, before the green revolution, people were using the old technology for cultivating the crops. At present, by using the modern technology, in a year they can grow the two as well as multiple cropping. Within a year they can grow the two crops, and they can earn little bit more profit there. Okay, they were using the traditional method for the cultivation, where yearly once they were cultivating the food crops. By using the modern technology, at present, they we can grow yearly two or more crops, and he can earn a little bit more money. So in this way, considering our population not an liability, if it is an asset means, we should give a proper training to the industrial sector as well as agricultural sector in the using of modern technology, and providing useful scientific research. So even though the modern technology has been implemented and giving training, even still more scientific research has to be take place to provide a good atmosphere, as well as good platform for the workers to work efficiently for the development of a country in the economic activities. So these are the three uh, where the population will be turned towards a productive asset, but not as a liability. If any country following these 3 points means, that country will be considered as a developed country. Okay, because they are investing on education and the health, as well as they are investing on industries and the agricultural workers to give the proper training, and workshops will be held at there, and providing the good platform for the researchers to research little bit more, to use other kind of technology to improvise their economic activities. So population can be turned into a productive asset if you are following these 3 points very much. So, uh, to learn in deep, investment in the health and education. So, educated parents, whatever educated parents are being there, are found to invest more heavily on education for their children. So, any parent, if we, any parents in a country as well as in a society, their main aim to give a good education to you people, and they will try to invest more money on your education instead of fulfilling their needs and their your wants and duties. They will try to invest more money on education there, and they're also more aware for their children needs for nutrition and the hygiene. So they also invest on education, but also they will invest on your needs and wants, that is giving nutritious food and keeping hygiene, sanitization in your surrounding, each and everything else. The educated parents will be much more aware about your um, growth and about the country's growth there. So this virtuous cycle created in this case, so always one cycle will be created in your surrounding. So countries like Japan, if I take an example of country like Japan, Japan is the smallest country, where they are not having any kind of natural resources, because every time it will be affected by some natural calamities only, like flood, volcanic activities are being there more, earthquake activities will take place in the Japan, and uh, it has been surrounded by the ocean. We will not see a good uh, climatic condition to do the to extract the natural resources from their country. So this country is considered as a developed country, and our country is considered as a still developing country. Why? Japan, even though it is not having the essential natural resources to fulfill the needs of the people, then how it has been considered as a developed country then? So countries like Japan, what they will do, they will heavily invest on human resource. Whatever population is there now, so on that population, they will invest the money, because they did not have the adequate natural resources, because they are facing the scarcity of natural resources there. Okay, so that is why what they will do, whatever resource is available in the Japan, they will try to invest on it. So Japanese as well as Japanese people, what they will do, the government of Japan, they will invest the money on human resource there, and they will import the natural resources needed by a country from other parts of the country. Whatever natural resources is available, they will try to import it. So they have invested on the people, especially in the field of education and the health. So if you go and visit the Japan, especially, they will do the very much hard work comparing to the our country people. Okay, so they have invested especially in the field of education, in a proper basic education facilities will be given in the Japan comparing to the our country. How means, the basic facility building, infrastructure should be very efficient, good quality teachers should be there, where they are having the degrees to teach a person. Okay, and uh, basic facility like toilet sanitization, and whatever education, what we will tell them, um, teaching aids are being needed, they are being produced to make education a little bit more effective. If you compare with our other countries, only few percentage of the people will have, some schools will have all kind of facility to give the proper education, like teaching aids, basic facilities for the people, health and hygiene. So we are still lacking behind, in the field of education as well as in the field of health. Okay, but in Japan, each and every, if a single person is facing any kind of difficulty in the education and the health, means immediate the uh, solution will be found by the Japanese people there. Okay, so these people have made efficient use of the other resource like land and capital through the human resource there. So by giving the proper education and proper health to the people, so whatever other resources are available in the Japan, they have made very efficient use of that one, and they have increased their production. But in our country still we are thinking that population, we are having a huge population, and we are unable to give the all kind of basic facilities to the people. Instead of telling that one, if you consider it as a asset, that is a positive aspect and a strength for a country, means immediately our country will also under be developed there. Okay, so most in the Japan, what they are doing means, even though they are having this scarcity in the natural resources, they have invested on the human resource by giving proper education and the proper health facilities for them. So efficient technology and involved by the people have made this country as a developed country. Why we considered one of the these developed country and rich country in the world, means because they have invested on health and education. So each and every country, instead of characterizing, as well as if instead of criticizing that uh, population is like a liability, they are always dependent on other resources and everything else, consider it as an asset, consider it as a wealth, consider it as a positive strength to make a economic development. In what way even our country can also do such kind of uh, such kind of development, in what way means giving proper education to the each and every person those are living in our country, as well as healthcare facilities. Instead of earning more and more money in a greedful way, in a selfish way, if they consider it as a service, means then we can able to boost, as well as we boost the investment of health and education, and we can give the proper education and healthcare facilities to our country. Okay, until that it will be considered it as a liability for a country there. Okay, to eradicate the unemployment, to eradicate the poverty means some facility should be given by the government by investing some money in a more percentage health and education there. So that is why Japan is considered one of the developed country in the world. In what way? Recently always the Japan was been attacked by the natural calamity, where the flood was been occurred there. So within a few months the economic activity of the Japan was boosted. Even when American threw the bomb on the Hiroshima and Nagasaki, immediately within a few months, the economic condition was stable in the Japan, because they are considering human resource as a they are using the human resource in a very full way, in a planned full way. So that is why they are recovering very fast. But in our country, the economic activities are very slowly going, because most of the politicians and most of the government, they are not investing more percentage on health and education only. And always due to the corruption also, whatever facilities are being implemented by the central government, the officers only will eat most number of the money, and very less package will be given to the it will reach to the schools and colleges there. So there is an one story to understand how the health and education will play a very important role to make a people as a resource. Instead of using as a liability dependency, we can use people as a resource, and we can develop the country in a prosperous way. Okay, so one story is there. That story is about Sakal and Vilas. Okay, there are two pictures there. In one picture, Sakal and Vilas. Sakal, one of the educated boy, and Vilas is a he's selling a fish. So both are friends. Both were living in the same village, Vilas and Sakal, in a Simapur. So these two people were been living in a Simapur. So, about this story, I'm going to explain in the next session. I hope today's class, the basic introduction about people as a resource, you have understood. So, in what way the people will be considered human as a resource, not as a liability. So, in by learning these two examples, you will come to know about why the Japan has been invested on human resource data. So I hope today's class you have understood. If you are having any kind of doubt, you can just pin your question in the group so that I will try my level best to sort out your problem. So signing out. Have a great day. Bye everyone.